hell yeah, I like this music.
It's a 8-bit remix of Ice Cap Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Nice.
Yes.
Also, you can't hear me in the... Oh, wait, now you can. Never mind.
Yeah, I was like, they should be able to hear you. If they can hear the music, they should be able to hear you. But I could turn you up a little bit. You're kind of quiet. Speak again.
Hello, hello.
More words. Speak again.
More words? Sorry, I couldn't fucking hear anything.
Gotcha.
I was being weird.
Okay. Alright, here we are. Everything should be fine.
Everything's fine.
After the stream, remind me to ask you how you made custom emotes in Discord. Because I've had like 8 ideas for emotes, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah. I can show you. It's gonna be a very... I need to put a sleeping cap on me.
Sleepy sheepy. I'm in pain constantly.
Why are you in pain constantly?
Because do you remember like a while back when I was like, I think I have a crack theory. It might be real because all the logic here makes sense, but I think it's crack theory. About how I said my autoimmune disease, my eczema, is causing me to have inflammation in everywhere, which is why I'm always in pain for stuff. Well, I talked to Abby's mom, who actually has experience in the medical field, and she said that's not actually that far off. But like, it's really bad right now, and I have no idea what to do about it besides use topical stuff like Aspercream and Icy Hot and fucking... Because I obviously can't keep popping fucking ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Shit,
that's wild.
Yeah, obviously I can't keep popping ibuprofen and I leave, so I haven't found a solution yet. I've been taking like vitamins, like turmeric and fucking B vitamins and fish oil and shit. Hi, Abby. But it doesn't feel like it's doing anything, and I am in pain. Like, I can feel every joint in my fingers. I can feel some of the joints in my back muscles. I can feel my back muscles, and some of the joints in my shoulder is what I was trying to say. One of the joints in my left leg, I can feel it. It's not a fun time.
Ugh. I would not want that.
It's like, you know, when you get like the when you do the claw at like sitting at an office desk and you have like the tendonitis in your wrist.
Yeah.
It's like that, but everywhere.
No, thank you.
And usually, a good answer to that would be take a hot bath. But you know what, Liz?
Hot baths and eczema, that's the fucking worst, I will tell you right there.
Yes, one is that. The other thing is that I'm 6'1". I don't fit in a fucking bathtub.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Objection!
I don't have that problem.
Yeah, I bet you don't. Fucking short ass bitch. Yeah, and if I were to take a bath now, I'd either need to go to a specific place to go to, like a bathhouse or some shit, which is not a thing as far as I'm aware, in America at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Or I need to get a house with the actual, like, master bathroom, which is expensive still. The answer is correct. Why is this someone's cheeks? What is happening?
Yeah, so I watch a Valorant streamer and I got randomly gifted a sub, and so now I have all of his emotes, and I've never, like, I don't chat in his stream because like he's a kind of bigger Valorant streamer.
There's no reason to. You're not gonna get seen, kind of deal.
Exactly, and like he doesn't look at it, you know, like because he's playing Valorant, so you're not gonna look at it much. So. Yeah, that's why I'm just like, I've got nowhere else to use these, so...
copyright?
Copyrighted what?
Copyright. The song, it was an 8-bit version of the song, but it was definitely a copyrighted song. So I don't mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how. I feel like I don't know how copyright works. Apparently.
The way it works on YouTube is really extremely not in your favor.
Yeah, but like okay. So like for example, this guy who's like I'm pretty sure he's partnered on Twitch at this point. He plays like just a Spotify playlist of a bunch of like pop songs, and I was like, how do you do this?
So on Twitch there's a way to actually do there's a way to actually have your stream going so where you can have the music playing but it doesn't show up in the copyrighted, or it didn't show up in the VOD, so it doesn't get copyright. Because you can, it doesn't matter what I'm sure you've noticed, like on YouTube at some point there you see like full live streams of like SpongeBob episodes or Family Guy episodes or some shit, right?
Right.
Yeah, copyright doesn't work in real time, so they're able to do shit like that. So the problem is always the VOD, right? Problem's always the VOD. But there's a way to do it on Twitch or through OBS or something to the where the music doesn't actually show up in the VOD after the fact. I don't know how to do that, but it wouldn't matter to me anyway unless it's through OBS and the music just doesn't show up in the recording of the VOD anyway, because even if it doesn't show up on Twitch's VOD, it would probably still show up in the actual embedded video that OBS is recording, and uploading that to YouTube will get that shit copyright struck, which is, I have to look at that, but I'm not pressed to go, oh no, how am I gonna get to bed, you know, so.
Well, I wonder if he downloads his videos from the actual, like from Twitch instead of the record, but
that's possible, but that takes like 8 years to do because it takes a while to get that video file prepped. This is kind of loud. All right, where we last left off, we were about to start a trial.
Oh yeah, finally the trial. Oh, I need to bring up the
walkthrough because there's gonna be fucking stupid.
Yeah.
All right, stupid. You're looking at stupid.
I need to like bookmark this.
I actually have to stream. I only got to pull up my voice mod.
Okay, we're on day 3, trial former, right? Yes, because we're talking to Meekins.
Yeah, we're talking to Meekins.
Meekins.
Don't be alarmed. Everything is fine.
It's fine.
Those are.
But oh, it is me, Magoof. So what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think this trial is rigged.
When is it not?
After all. Hold on. This is Lana, right?
Oh god. This is the first time with the voice mod, too.
The fucking victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same fucking time. And a different fucking suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. So, obviously, one of them was me. I've already confessed. We should get this shit over with.
We literally proved it wrong last fucking trial, Lana.
Sup, bitches? I'm not sorry for yesterday.
Hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
Like, we just actually finished. I'm used to all-nighters, though. I was too busy getting plowed by the sheriff.
And just imagine Emma was drinking water at that moment. So, how does that work?
Well, as Mr. Wright probably suspects, he's fucking huge. And the police are clueless. I figured as much though, so I struck a plea bargain.
What the fuck is a plea bargain? What do you mean? I'm a scientist. I've never heard of a plea bargain in my life.
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, which I totally did, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, you stupid bitch.
But Lana, don't tell me you confessed again.
Much to my fucking regret. I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Bruh. Bitch! We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belonged to the officer, Jake Marshall.
Oh my god, I was fucking him! What kind of trace evidence?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact.
Oh no, I just like it rough, okay?
No. Lana, the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You don't understand what this means, do you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? That's kind of rude.
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? I don't play poker.
Do whatever the fuck you have to, okay?
Hello? Where's my pop out? I popped you out for a reason. What the fuck?
I'm just gonna use my normal voice for him. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Sorry, I know Edgeworth would be saying, the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Okay, there we go. Ah! Oh, I was close.
Yeah, you were very close. I'm afraid you're gonna have to clarify what you mean by my nigga.
Oh no! Why do I keep losing the... I'm trying to do a pop out because I'm trying to look at other things. I'm trying to promote you in my other Discord. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office.
You are tweaking. What is your... Bring your mic closer to your face.
Oh, it's very close to my face. Maybe that's why.
Oh, talk again?
Hello, hello? Can you hear me better now?
That was odd. I guess Discord is just tweaking because it cut you out.
Yeah, Discord, I don't know. Ever since I set it up with a boom arm, it's been doing that. I don't know why. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time.
But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more,
it's not. Sorry.
What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yeah, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Why he's not suspect of anything is beyond me.
Wow, that's pretty fucked up.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to to the murder at the police department.
Abby, you still in chat right now?
Maybe.
Go ahead while she doesn't answer me.
Okay. In doing so, I believe... Am I still cutting out? Is that why?
No.
Oh, okay. In so doing... Yeah, in so doing, I believe that... Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, go ahead if you want to...
No, I got it. Continue.
Okay. I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now, that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, unlike Phoenix Wright. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
What the fuck does that mean? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Ooh, I didn't. Abby really got my back because I completely forgot that I needed to make an announcement in the announcement tab. Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness you may call your first witness of the day to the stand.
Why is it still not? Okay, whatever.
There's so many issues right now.
I know. I don't know. Like, it always works. So I don't know why it's being difficult right now. For its first witness, the prosecution calls Officer Meekins. Yep. That's exactly what I said.
The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
Murderer.
Aw, shit. Things getting pretty fucking crazy.
Getting wild in the courtroom. Oh. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir.
Bruh.
Bruh.
You're telling us you're a professional killer?
Sir, it was me. I'm the one who did it. I did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me.
Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is...
Sir, I'm what you would call a part of the younger generation, sir. I don't understand your old-ass language. Thank you.
No, that's what he said, so...
Yes.
Edgeworth, help!
Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Oh, it's Domino's time for Abby. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. Wow.
Did they just shade all of millennials?
Yeah. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Is this guy okay? No, his name is Mike Meekins.
He's really not. Although it is not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I wonder why.
So, you said he's really not, but the way that you slurred your words and the way Discord made it warble, made it sound like he's really hot.
His name is what? Officer Meekins. Mike Meekins. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, and then I did it. I shot him. I didn't shoot him, I stabbed him. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
He's got a little Lucky Charm thing in his hands.
Yeah. I think there's another case with Officer Meekins, and I think he actually has a girlfriend who gave that to him. Aww. If I could be totally fabricating that, though.
A girlfriend. Seems likely. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you.
Officer Meekins was drinking water. Do unto others before they undo to you.
It's not what I said, but let's get roll with it.
Yep, that's the Meekins family motto, sir.
Okay, so then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain your consciousness.
Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
Okay. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I just got gifted another sub. I love this.
What I need here is more info to work with.
Absolutely no information here, sir. Okay. While you do that.
Mr. Meekins, I'm always gonna make that Mr. Owl references. No one's gonna get it except for us. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, don't you?
I am not seeing the screen right now, but I'm assuming the answer is yes. Oh no, what else am I saying? I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir.
Do you want me to just read as long as we're doing the thing?
I really don't understand why it's not coming up and it's making me mad. Actually, since Abby, you're here, could you, because I love you, Abby, can you put in my announcements, thing that we're streaming on Antar's?
The butt monkey. Yikes, that's a scary thought. This nigga hiring people?
Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. That is my job.
The Blue Badger?
Yes, he is a dancing, annoying mascot that everyone hates, sir.
Specifically Phoenix. I
told you. Oh, I don't think you understand. But you don't have permission to post on your announcements channel. God damn it. Wait, what? Oh.
I see. That sounds like a very annoying mission.
Bam, bam, bam. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around. I didn't know what to do. So I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. I have such a tiny screen open right now, and somehow I was able to read that.
So that's why you went to the evidence room.
Yes. Okay. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Abby, I don't know how you don't have... I do see.
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card. Am I correct?
Yeah, that is correct. Probably. Yep. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So then, your ID number should be listed on here, shouldn't it?
No, because I'm a piece of shit. Abby, you should have access now. There it is! I found it! There, it's the one right there. I'm not gonna say the numbers, because that's inconvenient.
Could you read the fucking numbers?
Yes, sir. It's 49... That's my number, sir.
I see. But the number 4989596 is shown being used twice.
Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. I'm a piece of shit. First time when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. The second is when I came in to fuck people up.
I see. So it was during the second time when you fucked people up.
Yes, I fucked him up royally, sir.
Cool.
Thank you, Abby.
So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir. A knife.
I believe that's pronounced Nife.
A knife.
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You look like your name should be Mitchell Babe. That's a joke on bitch made. Switch the letters around.
Oh my god. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just keep your cool, your hand wouldn't be, When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked and fucking fainted like a little pussy. I grabbed the man by his collar.
What exactly do you mean when you say you did it?
I gave him a little smooch, sir. I don't look the time. I just like to imagine mid-fight, Officer Meekins just like gets the opportunity, just gives him a little smooch on the forehead. Just
So it's hilarious when you say that to me because he looks like Rock Lee from Naruto, and the first time you ever see Rock Lee in Naruto, he blows a kiss at Sakura, and I just see him doing that every time.
Something about kung fu movies. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife away from him and gave him a little smooch.
You took his knife.
And a little smooch. I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
This dude really is Mitchell Bain.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew, I kind of fainted.
Yeah?
He punched me right in the face, sir!
About what time did you regain your consciousness?
No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
Shit.
You, sir, are a fucking dumbass. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was 5:30. Shit, he was out for 15 minutes.
That's not how being knocked out works, but yeah. He has a concussion.
Yeah, man has a concussion and they're just like, here's just a bandage for your hand, dummy. I woke up crying in tears of pain because I literally have a fucking concussion.
That's cute. It's cute that you have a concussion.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. I went and...
Your mission?
Fucking shit. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand.
Well,
He really did fuck shit up.
you can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, God. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
No. Yes, Officer Meekins?
With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief?
Delivered it?
I give him a little smooch. As
What
a
is
gift.
that? A VHS tape? It's fucking like 2006. We use DVDs now.
In this timeline, we're set in 2003.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that makes
I
sense
think.
then.
I'm pretty sure it's set to be in like, I think the first game is like 2002 to 2003.
Side tangent, did you ever own any VHS tapes?
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Okay. Because we're probably like the generation that like ended
Yeah.
like floppy disks ended with us around our time, and VHS tapes ended in our childhood. I had I had several anime on VHS tape, not realizing they were anime.
I had a bunch of old movies. Trying to think if there's any like. Oh, we had a shit ton of Disney movies on VHS. We did.
Yep.
We had like Spirit. That's all I can really remember.
I had Leroy and Stitch.
Leroy. Abby says they had the Star Wars and Harry Potters on VHS. Yeah, see, we weren't cool enough for that. By cool enough, I mean my mom was like, I don't really care too much about that. And
I remember I had the Bear-Stained Bears on VHS.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mostly had Dragon Ball, and I had this one tape of Yu Yu Hakusho that I never opened because I just never wanted to watch Yu Yu Hakusho. And now, as I'm an adult and I like Yu Yu Hakusho now, I'm like, damn, that would have been a great experience to have in my fucking childhood. Yu Yu Hakusho is the shit.
Yeah, but, I can't believe, like, I know my mom and I had gotten rid of a lot of them and, like, replaced them with DVDs, because at that point, those movies were almost, like, 10 years old, so you could, like, easily get them on DVD for really cheap.
Yeah, like all the VHS tapes I got we got at the dollar store, and every time we went to this dollar store, mind you, I told you guys, my mom is the kind of person that takes 3 hours in a dollar store. So every time we went to the dollar store, I was just looking at all the DVDs, and I was like, "Mom, can I have this one?" She was like, "No." I'm just kidding. They were like $1. She didn't care. But yeah, kind of miss VHS tapes. At least for the nostalgia factor. Especially like on a radiation TV, like certain things, and anyone who plays old video games will tell you this. Certain things just belong on a radiation TV.
Radiation TV, yeah.
Yes, and I specify radiation TV because they're big, fat, and they're heavy as fuck. But yeah, certain things just belong on those, and I believe old anime is one of those things. However, there's no problem watching it illegally like everyone else. Back to the case.
It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. Objection. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. Literally yesterday. And was told it had been mistakenly erased.
Yeah, it's quite a fucking mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir, is the only thing I'm really good at. I don't know if you can hear me sniffle, but whenever he sniffles, I'll sniffle.
What the fuck? Also, yes, we can't hear you sniffle.
Okay, good.
Well, let's have a little look-see. Show us the video of you murdering this nigga.
Oh, please stop using the word murder, sir. It scares me.
Is this technically snuff?
My God. Remember how you said you hated the blue badger?
I still hate him.
He is. Well, now we have to watch this video 10 million fucking times.
Good thing I skipped it all those other times. Why is this camera at eye level?
That's exactly the question. Also, love the placement. Can't see his face.
He coming over there with the fucking mean mug.
Also, Meekin's just putting his hands up like,
no, don't kill me. Don't do it.
How did he get out of there? I have no idea.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Bruh.
Bruh. Bruh.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. Bruh. How can we deal with these unsettled feelings stirred within us? Sir, I suggest an orgy.
Excuse me. What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department. The Blue Badger.
Where did I go wrong with my life? Every time Phoenix has an inner monologue, he just wishes he was actually dead. Yes, dead. Well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room of some sort of activity did take place.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice.
Edgewood, the fact that you've, on several occasions, decided, hey, let's ignore this actual evidence, concerns me.
Literally. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Mystery Man!
I was gonna say promiscuous girl.
His face can be clearly seen in this photo. In this video. Photos. Whatever. But I'm young. There's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. He had his coat and everything.
I was about to spit out my fucking, tea. I was not ready for you to say that.
I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do so. He cut off a man's fucking finger. Okay. The locker was open and is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Also, at this point, no one's really, like, accusing him of murder. Really, they're just like, who the fuck was that guy? Hello?
Yeah. I never figured out what happened to the square bullet holes. Never solved that case. What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with fingerprinting activated lock. We've gone over this several times. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Interesting. So that means the victim at the crime scene would have to be Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Fuck. Fuck.
Ah.
Its inner monologue is only fuck.
Fuck.
Tell me, were you able to get a good look at the man? At the face of the man who attacked you with the Nife?
Sure, it must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face. I believe it would be classified as the latter?
You mean you didn't see his face?
Basically, sir.
Bruh. More to the point, you're the person who fought him, aren't you?
Yes, sir. But I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when I'm trying to smooch them.
Yeah, kissing people with your eyes wide open, it's kind of strange.
Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it.
If it's not him, I hope he gets fired, because that'd be really funny. But you don't know for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face.
Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it, you know.
Since his face cannot be identified in the video, only you can verify it.
Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins. Jesus, man. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now, please be certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him.
About these lockers, is there no other way to open them?
No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. What
Why?
the fuck are you doing, Neekins? The only respond to registered fingerprints, sir.
Why the fuck were you trying to open other people's lockers, you fucking weirdo? The man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints. Then he must be the person the locker was assigned to.
Exactly my point, sir, and this too, what?
Yeah, that was right, and this too.
Oh.
How do you know this information?
I've heard rumors, sir, from the people, in the know, sir. AKA
People in the know.
Officer Grant. Grant. I keep wanting to call him Grant.
I also call him Grant, yes.
The workers in the department cafeteria, they keep me informed. Ah, yes, the lunch lady. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. Ah, maybe he doesn't have a girlfriend yet. He's... romantic troubles.
Bruh.
For the record, the open locker did... This dude is wild. He is. The open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. The only real information, Edgeworth is the one giving it. I verified this information through a more reliable source. My mom.
So the victim opened the lock with his own fingerprint. Wait. I'm obviously jumping ahead because the game does not like you when you jump way ahead. But is it possible to clone someone's fingerprint with the aluminum shit that, like, we were able to see it?
Kind of. You're kind of correct on that.
Okay.
Which, well, I think you actually can. Maybe you can actually with the aluminum. I'm not sure if it's the actual aluminum stuff that you can use it with. But there is a way to kind of do that. You just need to have someone's fingerprint and basically use tape.
Okay. However, the most important... It's pretty easy to copy fingerprints. However, the most important detail is shown in this video, the man's face. I seem to recall some movie that was like, oh yeah, we'll just copy their fingerprint onto this, or maybe it was a TV show, onto this piece of candy, and then after we're done using the fingerprints, we just eat the candy. No evidence.
Yeah? Sir, if I may say something, sir?
I mean, you are the one being examined.
Sam Jackson copied a fingerprint with tape in the Captain Marvel movie. Yeah, that's another thing, too.
I saw that movie once when it came out and never again.
I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie.
That is... unless the defense can find a problem with it? Wink wonk. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
I mean, obviously there is, but I wanted to see if I can figure it out myself, you know?
I'm gonna pull up the walkthrough again. Because I think I know, I know the answer to this one, I think. We're ready to watch that so many times.
It's fine. It's the music that pisses me off, not the actual animation. Oops. I want this.
So this first one's gonna be really stupid.
Okay.
Basically, you have to point out that the video does not actually show the man's face because the blue badger covers it.
Okay. How the fuck do I do that?
First say that there's, let me actually...
Because I was already going into like, oh, maybe the videotape has the time on it. The videotape does have the time on. So maybe I can prove that the videotape doesn't prove that Meekins went in on a specific time or whatever. Or Goodman didn't go in at a specific time or whatever. That's what I was gonna get at. How the fuck do I prove that it didn't show his face?
Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. I was behind. You do say there's a problem. You have to...
514. Damn it, money's the only person who's the... What I actually need his ass to be here. Hold on, let me see if I can ping him. Hold on.
Yeah, I want him to figure this out for you. Yeah, I will say yeah, I was wrong about that. We already know that information. So there is something in the video that you have to find.
I'm gonna see if I want to see if I can find Abby. Just buy the game. It's a good game. Buy it. I told you when I saw. I'm like, you're gonna like this game. Play it. I want to see if I can pull. You bought so many games this week. So, I want to see if I can pull money in here because I want to see because it's in military time. And while I can very easily just Google it, I want. Remember the other day when I was saying I know military time? What is 17 something?
You just minus 12 from it.
Yes, it's 5. That's what I thought. I'm not. I was born with American shits. Okay, so it's 514. So that is exactly when Bruce came in. Well, at least the ID was used. Most other countries just call it a 24-hour time clock. Military time is a U.S. term. I know that, but like, I also did know about the thing about subtracting by 12. I just forgot because I'm being recorded right now. It's called recording curse. Date and time of the death: February 21st between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Okay, that's not specific enough for me to call it on.
I suggest you watch the whole video again.
Yeah, it's not the video itself that upsets me. It's the music that accompanies it that makes me want to fucking die. This is the worst placed camera ever in existence.
Literally. Why? Yeah. Why is it like hip level?
It is very perfectly shielding his face.
Yeah.
But how do you get out of here? But how did he get out of here?
Get out of here.
Oh, did it just reset? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with any of that, though.
It's think of it as like a spot the difference.
Spot the difference.
Not the difference. Sorry, let me well, I guess it is kind of a spot the difference. Like I just don't know how to describe it very well without giving it away.
Very interactive gameplay. The glove falls out. I saw that.
Okay. We love the Blue Badger doing his job.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Just tell me at this point.
I'm not gonna tell you because I think you can figure it out. How, if he doesn't have a fingerprint, say he doesn't have the fingerprint, because we obviously know it's not Bruce Goodman, right?
Right.
How does he get in the locker? Went through the whole Zag thing again.
That was gonna be useful. Unfortunately, it was fucking not.
Nothing in your evidence will help you.
Well, yeah, then I got fucking
So
nothing. I have whatever the answer is not coming to my earthly mind.
Except for the video. The video will help. So just look at the other lockers and then look at Goodman's locker.
Lights on.
Uh-huh. What does that light indicate?
I don't fucking remember. It's been a week.
What does anything, if anything has a light on, what does it usually indicate?
That bitch on or something. I don't know.
It's on?
It's on.
What else?
I don't know, Mom. Damn.
You're so close. It's on. So if this locker is on.
Oh, was it already open?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's already
How
open.
do I prove that? This doesn't. Okay.
So yeah, you go. No. You're supposed to say there's a problem. Oh yeah, there's a problem. Yeah, you did it. Right.
Yeah.
I saw you hover over it, and I was like, "There's a problem."
Strange. The contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. Bruh.
No. Objection. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal.
This is not an objection. Yes.
Your Honor, I have a proposal. Phoenix, will you marry me? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. See, what's great is Edgeworth already knows. Like, he already knows, and he's just like, Phoenix, please don't be dumb. Just, please.
He wants me to point this shit out. Very well. Point it out. We'll give you a laser pointer and everything. now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of.
He gave me a laser pointer, but I wanted to use my dick. This is the first time I ever had to do that. I wanted to use my dick.
You can do it, Mr. Wright.
With my dick?
Yeah, sure. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. Literally, poor Meekins watching himself get assaulted over and over again.
Why is this guy here?
You may begin. Where is the contradiction that indicates the may or may... Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can click the light.
It usually doesn't. It usually highlights it or like highlights it, but that's only if I'm using the magnifying glass. It is not. I remember now that it does not do that if I use the pointer finger.
Take that.
The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this, bro. Officer Meekins.
Sir, do you mean me, sir?
There's no other Meekins in this courtroom. As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this.
Why is the music still playing?
Because it wants me specifically to kill myself. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released.
According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir.
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. I want to die. Oh my god, please.
Gonna watch the whole thing.
I want to go. When the victim reaches the handle to open... Okay, let me see if I can make this better. No, I can't even beatbox to it. I'm gonna fucking die. When the victim reaches the handle to open the locker, let's rewind a little bit to earlier. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Your Honor, when I'm in the courtroom, it's always lit.
Fun fact, this song makes Antar want to commit die.
I really want to... I just don't. I hate it so much. It's like there's... It's like the most bare bones song, and it's like... It's like Teletubbies. It's like Teletubbies. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Everyone shut the fuck up. What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker was unlocked on the day of the crime.
Objection. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. The locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know. I must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh, well, it just goes to show novices should keep their fucking mouth shut. So, Mr. Wright, how do you have an explanation? Me? Yeah, why wasn't the locker locked, bruh? Bruh. I ain't got all the answers, man. Yeah, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Oh, me, a child? Maybe something like jammed the system sensor?
something jammed the sensor. Say, condom maybe? There's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too. She
Stop
literally can
reading
read
my
mine.
mind.
If I had an echo thing, no. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Also, they just don't address that she fully read his mind.
Yes, yeah, no. I think she's done it enough times so our Phoenix is like not surprised anymore. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. My back is in pain. Oh my god, fast forward. Go faster, please.
I'm glad it doesn't speed up the music because I feel like that'd be worse. Like that.
If it sped up the music, I might be able to actually put a beat on it and it wouldn't make me want to die. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Thank God the music's not here.
I don't know why it played throughout that entire part.
I don't know. I'm just glad it's not playing here. You know, you remember like when you go to like the mall and there's like a mall carousel?
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
like
exactly that noise.
Yep. What's this? A hat. Crazy, funky, junky hat. Hover slept. Hair slightly. John on never nightly. We've been there. We've done that. We see right through your funky hat.
But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances. I don't know why you objected me.
We can't be sure that this item wasn't completely inside the locker to begin with. What are you talking about? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was betwixt the sensor and the door? You mean like inserted?
Like a condom?
That's what the glove is actually at this point.
That's what the point of the glove is.
It's a rubber. It's a rubber glove. The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
Oh, I understand, sir. It's just like my tie.
What?
2 out of 3 times, it gets stuck on the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. They let you drive instead.
But the object would have. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Like a condom. Not only that, it would also have to been to block electrical currents. I know words. It would need to be an insulator. This is
an
your
insulator.
hint. Even though you know exactly what it is because you can tell exactly what it is.
A condom, yes. There just might have been something that fits the description.
Oh, but sir, by insulator, do you mean a condom?
I think I finally got this figured out. It's definitely a condom.
Phoenix Wright pulls a condom out of his wallet.
I don't know if you ever actually watched Friends, but like there's a scene where one of the characters says, "Hey, you know, technically condoms does not say 100% guarantee for protection," and then Joey pulls out a roll of condoms out of his pockets to read the back of it. I just imagine that Phoenix goes, "Yeah," he just pulls out a roll of condoms.
Just embarrassing himself because he's got so many. It's like they're like those are expired.
Oh, let me save because I can't save. All right, never mind. It better be right.
You know what it is. It is.
I found this near the locker. A thin rubber condom. That's gross. It has a tag on it that says SL9 incident.
They just tag a condom. they like because they obviously have like a hole punched into this glove, which for what reasons? How that like it's gotta contaminate the evidence. They just hole punch the condom right in the middle.
It's less of a condom, but more of a cock sleeve. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime scene, even I could have opened the locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins?
It would appear so. Look at him. Look at a cute little.
Order a pizza. Are we to believe that the victim, whom the witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Objection. Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense was merely demonstrating the possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
Huh?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Me, sir?
I would love if he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Fucking, I swear to God. Oh, you mean, of course, sir.
I might joke to you.
Nope.
Very well, begin your testimony. Promiscuous girl, leaving me.
There is one thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. You have one. Obviously, you showed it to me earlier. Time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
Oh no, I'm out of tea. Oh no!
Oh no.
I
We need to have a tea emoji.
I don't drink tea on screen enough for me to have that.
Oh, shit.
But eventually I will. An ID card record. I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. See, okay. Now let's be real quick. Like, if this were the real world, that record would also not only have their number, but would also have their names next to it.
Absolutely.
Like, it would record that. Just not whatever. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim.
Where's goddamn? Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due. What? Several hundred cases should have been due for transfer. Why were there so few people using this room?
Well, because it was the evidence transfer day. That's why.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Ooh.
Your hair has not changed.
My hair is always on edge because my hair is nappy.
There were only a few cases for transferal there, and most of them were cleared up by noon.
My hair is nappy. Nappy, my hair is nappy. My hair is nappy.
Okay. Right, I see. Now let's move on to the cross-examination. Thank you, Phoenix, for the song that had nothing to do with anything.
No singing in my courtroom.
Yo, fucking Indeed be sending you jobs for fucking everything. Hey, you want to be a part-time sales ambassador? What does that mean?
What does that literally mean?
What does that mean? Okay, right. So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you?
Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I would, I'd give you a V for victory. What? Why can't you use your other hand? A V for victory. Couldn't he just use Emma? I swear.
Let's just hear him out. As we've seen, one never knows how. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, the peace sign that the Japanese peeps give up is never a peace sign. It is V for victory, as he just mentioned. So, fun fact: the more you know. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. Is that the card hanging from your neck? One of those ID cards? Yes, I mentioned that earlier. Yes. You fuck.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's right in here. Keep it here so I won't ever forget it.
But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that?
Sounds like a bad time, sir. Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of the car? The other time is my ID card. I'm so good at this. We love that.
I hope this nigga gets fired.
At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this.
Please proceed with your testimony. Let it be noted that this is the record to the witness referred to. Yeah, let me check that out. Detective Goddamn. What's going on here? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name's on this.
So it is, Your Honor.
That means you're an accessory to the fucking... Maybe he's behind... No, wait, hold on. Being mommy, that man in the blue is a murderer? Go stare at him. Go stare at him. Go stare at him.
You've got to be kidding me, kid.
It would seem that the inquiry committee will want to speak to you again today.
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences.
You're accessory to this court case in 2 ways. You are so not on this case anymore.
Literally. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Must be so difficult being him.
Earlier, why was that child in the courtroom?
That's a great question.
Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you.
Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir.
Don't you think that's fucking weird? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show you. There wouldn't be any reason to knife you.
Maybe he was just panicked like me, sir.
That's fucking weird. Time to tell him how fucking weird that is.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
You know what I think. I think it's fucking weird.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. Penises.
I mean, obviously that last statement is what we need to, or no, okay, no, you looped again. What are we looking at?
It doesn't matter which one you present. Or it does matter. It's either the second, third, or fourth statement.
Okay.
So you could present this, or I want you to look through the rest of the evidence. Bam, 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 bam. That's not in the video, I'll tell you that much, so you don't have to watch it all.
Well, I've got, other than the card, I got nothing.
Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, because the time basically lines up with everything, because Meekins came in after Bruce, or Goodman.
Okay. So, think about how Phoenix was saying, so the game does give you some clues. Think about how he was saying, well, what if someone stole your ID card?
Yeah, I mean, the ID card's literally in our possession.
Yeah, there's that. But we also found that at the scene of the crime. So, like, the actual scene of the crime at Edgeworth's car. So, like, that could have been, someone could have, like, flung it, you know. He could have flung it when he got murdered. Like, he could have dropped it when he, you know.
Okay, but the only way to prove that it's with the ID card, that's what I'm confused about.
No. There's another way. I'm just making this as difficult as possible for you.
I know. I'm actually enjoying it. Continue doing this.
So you looked at something, and I'm also not getting this. Okay, you looked at something, because again, this is what sucks is that we take like weeks at a time to not look at these things. So you have go to the next page of evidence. You have a lost and found card.
Oh.
So, yeah, check it again real quick for Abby's sake. You notice he can't fill in his ID number because he probably can't remember it because the lost item is his ID card.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So on either second, third, or fourth statement, you can present the lost item report card.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do that one. That sounds more fun. So, like, the game does shit that's like, oh, if you figured that out, like, you're ahead of the game. But, like, if I figured this out on my own, under any other circumstance, this would have been the wrong answer.
Possibly, yeah. It just happens.
That's my only problem with the Ace Attorney games. It's like, if you figure some shit out like that, if you're ahead of where the game wants you to figure that shit out, it just won't let you do it.
Yeah.
What is second, Officer Meekins?
I'm not good at waiting, sir.
So, yeah, I've got, at this point, at the end of the first game, I've gotten accustomed to the fact of I'm just going with the flow of whatever the game is telling me to do, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Obviously, like an ID card is in our hands. You clearly fucking lost this shit. I have the victim's ID card literally in my hands. I found it at the crime scene. I mean, that makes sense. No. When I say the crime scene, I'm not talking about the evidence room. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, near Edgeworth's car. He should be taken off this case.
No.
Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess, you believe this something is to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card, for one. Everyone shut the fuck up. So now, what does it all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. Just the guide. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but someone who stole his ID card. I went to Goodwill and got his exact fit. Does the prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to you. Just to you, Phoenix Wright.
So.
Oh no, it froze. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Does that mean we get to touch butch lately?
Maybe. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument.
Thank you for just going with me completely slurring over that.
At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime...
Yo, where is my fucking Phoenix Wright trap beats? I'm so upset. There's so much Phoenix Wright content. Like, I showed you the fucking Smooth Criminal video, but there's no remixes. There's no remixes. I'm so upset.
The man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. The second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
I mean, yeah, but you could just not do my job for me.
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in this evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
Yeah, sure.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around like a little dick.
Well, this is bad. I don't like this.
Well, it seems you've finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
Oh, right. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
Oh, so he's saying... Okay, I understand what's going on now. So basically what you're saying is, because this is not where the murder took place, we only have proof that the murder took place because in the area that Lana Del Rey may or may not have killed Goodman.
Just for you, Your Honor. So the real crime... Yep, exactly what Antar said, what the judge said. At the prosecutor's office, the murder being Lana Del Rey. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
That bitch is not trustworthy, and you know that.
Officer Meekins, you're not a murderer. The end.
I knew that shit was fishy the moment I smelt that shit. It was all bullshit from the beginning.
The activity in the evidence room still leaves many unanswered questions. Like who exactly the victim Officer Meekins encountered was, and where did this person disappear to. However, this trial's purposes was only to examine the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana Del Rey...
Lana Del Rey's music wasn't all that good anyway, but that doesn't mean she should be taken off air just because she murdered someone. I'm objecting.
This is the voice of Emma. Yes.
I clearly, obviously, I forgot to turn the fucking filter off.
I just love the I'm objecting, right?
What moment, Your Honor?
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
Nah, of course not. So, I mean, obviously my big brainedness is just so big brained. But I almost walked right into that trap.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, my brain is fucking humongo. This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Okay?
Yes, we must see the whole thing.
Okay. However, it cannot... Why did they show the whole thing for him to just stop? What? However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination to the truth of this matter. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident in the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
This might be my lucky break. I can stick it to Edgeworth again because I'm tired of being on bottom.
Mr. Wright, do you mean you're a bottom?
Your Honor, she doesn't know what that means. The defense would like to request a specific witness.
I always love the, she's too young. She doesn't understand what it means.
She doesn't know what that means. Oh, who do you have in mind? Someone we have a reason to believe who knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
No. That's not how that works. Fuck you. Very well, Mr. Wright. You can't ask the prosecution's permission to put someone on stand. That's not how that fucking works. The person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name?
I don't know which one you're selecting. Yeah.
Marshall?
Yep.
Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
This thing is too smart. I can't let him know everything yet.
Well, obviously he's in charge of the evidence room. I feel like we should hear what he has to say.
Prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department, so that's not too hard. Shouldn't need any longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. I can never remember how to say this word.
Subpoenaed.
Subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor. We? Who's we?
Court is now on recess.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god. Will you just quit? Can't you just clap?
What are you talking about?
You called for fucking Jake Marshall? I was fucking him. Oh my fucking god. It seems you figured out everything.
What is this bitch talking about?
Lana Del Rey, you're the one who knows everything.
I almost said Irma. Irma!
Irma. That'd just be funny if she did say her name like Irma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? God. Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you and trying not to be a bottom. Whatever that means.
I don't recall ever asking for this bitch's protection. I don't like bottoms. How you doing?
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us?
Thank you, bitch. I do my best for all of you. I'm just saying, I put it out there.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Or defeated Gumshoe.
Yo, Gumshoe, what is it?
You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And on top of it off, you come here, I've seen happier people at funerals.
Even though I don't understand anything. Hey, listen, I'm just as clueless. That is why Liz has the guide up.
Yeah. I mean, I've also played this game before and seen others play it, so I do know some things. Like, I remember this case pretty specifically, so, yeah. But anyway.
I mean, I hope he fucking remembers the last fucking case of the game. Right, fucking detective shit.
Hey, better be. Hey, I didn't see you come here, Chief Prosecutor Sky.
Oh my god, this weak dick ass motherfucker. What have you brought? Have you brought what I asked for?
You mean the sandwich, right?
This sandwich made out of paper.
My fucking god. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
Isn't that perjury?
Isn't that illegal?
Never in a million years when I thought it was you who asked me to do something illegal. Can I bother you for the bring me the files of the SL9 incident? I need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
That SL9 incident.
But, Lana, that's the whole thing we've been talking about this entire fucking time.
I thought this bitch over here might need them, so I had them prepared. Here, you might do well to fucking read them.
I can't believe you. The chief prosecutor were a witness in the case.
Oh my god, Gumshoe.
Mr. Ray was a witness? The SL9 incident files have been received.
Take it from me. You won't want anything to do with these fucking serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Yes.
Irma, but why? Why is your name here?
Oh, what? My name's in there. I don't know unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this is the SL9 incident. Is that the time I almost got murdered?
I thought you were about to say she's the killer.
The time I serial killed people? Wow! Lana! I thought we were never gonna bring this up! God!
Oh my god, that's the fucking classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world may have knew it as the Joe Dark killings.
No. The Joe Dark killings? No, Lana! Lana Del Rey! That's over with! No! I faint! Ah!
But Irma!
You know what? I just remembered. I gotta fuck off. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Jake Marshall, Angela Starr, Damon Gantz, Miles Edgeworth, all should not be anywhere near this fucking case. Not to mention Lana Del Rey and Irma.
Lana Del Rey and Irma.
Everyone involved in the case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Alright, that's still me. Hold on.
Knowing you just might be able to figure everything out. I mean, your dick's kind of huge, so. We get back to fucking work. Good luck.
Her titty's still on his face.
God.
I couldn't get the joke out because I couldn't remember her name.
Maya?
No, not Maya.
Mia.
Mia, that's her name. I couldn't get the joke out because I couldn't remember her name.
Dun.
I remember. What? I remember mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is
Mayo.
Oh, you know what?
What?
February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, number 9. These are the stories.
Bum, bum.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, the court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Del Rey.
Irma didn't come back.
I can still read your mind, bitch. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. We all know him because the defense requested him. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
That's super illegal.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
How are you doing that? Okay.
Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I get it. You're a cowboy, baby.
I don't know how I'm drinking and talking at the same time, but as for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. I fucked him once. In college.
Jake Marshall! Edgeworth, you fucked this man?
I can't believe you fucked that man.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is that correct?
According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
A desperado's soul is as boundless as a desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
It sounds to me that your ass wasn't doing your job. Please share with us the testimony of the day of the crime. You know, in English.
This ain't no English.
I'll have you know, Your Honor, my English is as perfect as the day the fucking English language was invented. My job was to keep a wary eye on the bone orchard. They said it was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Guys,
I literally wasn't doing my job.
the room protected by 2 security systems anyways. If I remember right, out at the street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if we're out of ammo, it's time to hit the trail.
Didn't I say English? You fucking asshole.
I say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining.
Wait. What are you talking about, man? His beard is immaculate. What do you mean 2 security systems?
I mean, security cameras in the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you know about those.
The fuck did you just call me?
You're having to say a lot, so do you want me to take Marshall?
Nah, I got this.
Okay, you got it.
Fingerprint activated locks. What kind of newfangled doohickey are those?
The fuck?
He's not that good with machines or with following orders.
Everyone's got their weakness, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? Your weakness is in the keister.
I don't think anyone needed to know that. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Now I'll have you take Marshall because I'm not switching between these 2 voices.
Okay. Yeah.
How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
I just hold on,
Edgeworth?
let me-
Calm the fuck down. We're having Marshall talk.
Let me just do some vocal lessons real quick. I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who was entered that the recordings. Words.
I think they mean like inter, like is in the word intern. So intern.
Yeah.
You interred them?
Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. So I just kept them all.
This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but he'd be a good blogger.
So in actuality, you didn't physically enter in the evidence room. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style.
What?
No desperado I know lets rules get in his way.
Why are you on the police force?
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime...
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
It's not just between you and me. It's between you, me, and the courtroom. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. You know anything about that?
Between me, you, and God! Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. Even though I was totally involved in that case.
Oh.
Did someone say God?
I'm not even sure if that came out.
God's a robot?
I wasn't even sure if that voice was going to translate. So, yeah.
I haven't been in that crypt in weeks, bitch.
How has the whole police department stayed afloat?
Literally, though. I'm not saying nothing.
The echo voice is the funniest one. Technically, that is how you spelled one. You can spell one with the W, it just wouldn't be correct. But I mean, logistically speaking, that is still one. You used to be a detective, so you used to handle the evidence room in the past, haven't you?
Of course, back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence.
And yet you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism?
Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. Couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
That's sway.
Kinda sad. The sensors in the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something similar to that. How has the whole police department stayed afloat?
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing in the crime took place? What were you doing in a place like that?
I was eating spaghetti. Spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that. Parlors, von Goldsby pasta. I don't know what those words are.
I'm gonna try that one myself.
Not even Angel steak lunches can beat a Parlor's Von Goldsby pasta.
What? You abandoned your police duty for fucking noodles?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. Not all of us eat pussy, partner.
That's not what I was saying, but I hope this taught you a lesson.
Does that mean, with all the bitches he's fucking, he's actually gay? This is usually where Edgeworth says something gay. Did you not want to raise this year?
This is usually where Edgeworth says something gay.
Says something gay. Edgeworth, nothing.
Out of ammo, Officer Marshall?
That's right, partner. Or, as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
That's
The
either
car.
There's either a dildo or a car.
Yeah, dildo or car.
One of the things seems to be clear, despite being responsible for the guarding. What? Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that.
You know who Marshall looks like?
Who?
Owl hair.
Oh, he does. Shit. Yeah, put a cowboy hat on Al hair. Yeah.
He looks like owl hair.
Apparently, nobody gives a shit about you doing your job. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool and just keep it chill, keep it loose, keep it fresh. Better use it, though. I better up the ante.
I don't know what Phoenix is talking about.
Your trump card. It's Marshall's prints on the 4th or 5th statement.
Oh, what? Do I have that?
Mm-hmm. I think it's on the last page.
That's the wrong button. Okay.
Look at them fingies. Look at them
Oh,
phalanges.
it literally says Marshall's fingerprint. Okay, right there. I was like, do I gotta dust it again? No, it literally just says his fingerprints on there. Ossifer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd that that is you being called here to testify like this? I could take Marshall again. It's just for the cross-examination.
Are you sure? Because I'm down to take them.
It's just for the cross-examination. I can do it for the actual scenes.
Okay.
After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, compadre.
Alright, fine. It's simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint.
Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm not the caretaker of the crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints will be there.
No, nigga, you not hearing me. I only wish that was the case, my man. But you see, your fingerprints are covered in blood. He is downing whatever's in his fucking flask. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints about the crime? The blood was wiped away, however. The luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Ossifer Marshall?
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders.
What?
I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall?
No, that's not me.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna sneeze too. About the blood-stained fingerprints?
Very well, you may begin your testimony about the fingerprints. You better not talk about fingering either. You'd be pissed.
Too late.
Okay.
You want me to say this part?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The blood stain and the fingerprints are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know that the murderer was wearing gloves?
How the fuck did you know that?
See? I had nothing to do with it.
The witness explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Damn, that fly stinks. What the fuck is he drinking? Now's my chance to choose something fucking smelly.
Pure pussy juice.
I believe we call it in Texas moonshine. 200% alcohol.
Oof.
He's drinking my moonshine. Liz
What?
is drinking my moonshine. My project for fucking Sam's class.
Oh my god.
For context, we had to make a for our graphic design class. We had to make a very exaggerated version of an advertising campaign. I chose moonshine because that's hilarious to me, and I made that shit say 200% alcohol on there. If anyone's curious, I can probably drop that in the Discord somewhere. That's because you, how do you put it, pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right, and that and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. What evidence do you put in there? All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Sure. But by broken dreams, do you mean to be a gay man in Texas? Because, yeah, that's a pretty broken dream.
Yeah, my Brokeback Mountain dreams.
Apparently, his fingerprint was never removed. Fuck you, Liz. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's program. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without even knowing it.
Wait, what got updated?
His fingerprint.
On the body of the handprint marks on lock of the bottom. Okay, I just want to see what specifically it said. So then, what about the bloody handprint?
Wasn't mine. It's no mystery.
Please explain.
My locker is covered in my fingerprints. Just so happened the murderer touched the locker. Words.
Okay, the chances of that happening are like 1,000,000 to 1.
Bitch, where's your science girl to tell me that? Huh? She ain't here? Too bad. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward for me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why?
No. They're unrelated.
They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal.
That's only a visual gag. No one would get that joke in real life.
Shut up. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder.
He's right, although seemingly alike, they're totally different. They're called homophones, I think. I'm pretty positive they're called homophones. Homonyms, I was close.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this.
What is a homophone, though?
That's a good question.
Hold on. Google Senpai. Oh, I had an idea. I had an idea a while ago to fucking to commission you to draw Google Senpai. The only the only requirement is that she needs to have some huge ass titties.
Of course.
Homophones, each of two or more words having the same pronunciation but different meanings, origin, spelling, for example, new and new. So technically I was actually right. It is actually a homophone. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. How do you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. And it was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I guess we tried that too, huh?
So that would mean the murderer... Sorry, that sentence threw me off because because I didn't have the context of the first part of the sentence anymore. It just threw me off because it didn't sound correct. The murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on the officer marshal's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture?
This seal of blood in the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this.
The security tape.
So long as my trail isn't there, you can't say otherwise. Gregory.
Gregory, I need Roxy's OnlyFans. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Stop chastising me. Chastise that nigga over there. He's actually guilty of something. And I don't mean Officer Marshall. I mean Edgeworth.
Have you just pressed him on that statement, right?
Yeah. No, too bad. No, I didn't. I didn't press him on. Too bad there wasn't video
Okay.
of this.
Press him.
What do you mean by that?
You want me to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The blind... Have you read a book ever? The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
I didn't speculate anything. I just said the camera had blind spots. What part of that was a speculation? No, seriously, what part of that was a speculation? Why did he say that? Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was president, please do so now. I have evidence, don't I?
Yep.
It's the fucking paper, isn't it?
What paper?
The, record.
Nope.
No? Okay.
It's in the video.
It's in the video. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Allow me to point out one mistake, Officer Marshall.
Just remember where Officer Marshall's locker is in the video. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
His locker is the first one on the left of the row, isn't it? Because the one on the far right in the first part of the row facing us is Gumshoe's locker, and the one that's going into is Goodman's locker. So his locker is the first one on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we're talking about the same thing.
Okay.
If not, you can actually look at your the court record real quick. Gotta look at this. There's a floor plan of the evidence room.
Wait, is that the... Okay, that was it.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, and check it.
Yeah.
So
the one on the left.
Yeah, the one closest to the door.
Right.
Yep. So it's that one.
This
yep.
one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Just keep playing. I would fast forward it personally. And just keep looking at it. Blue Badger just doing his job.
Gotcha, bitch. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake. I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Ossifer Marshall. I can take it back. I can take it back now.
Okay.
Days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. No, it's just not true. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
Okay. You can clearly be seen in this video. That's 8 words, yeah.
Exactly 8 words. Not bad.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Hey. Turn up. Again, there's no remixes. It makes me sad. The locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Yeah. Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. It's disappeared. What the fuck, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. You opened that hoe. What's more, you opened the locker when the camera was turned away.
Hold your goddamn horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So, what if I open my locker? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it.
Enter's like, God damn it.
The murderer needed to hide something, so he stuck it in the locker. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine.
Everyone in the courtroom.
Like, bro.
Was everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
This guy isn't playing dumb. He just actually is dumb. He might actually be from No, I'm just kidding.
I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Yeah? You say I opened the locker. Now prove it.
I would assume you just present. I think you have like a locker, don't you? As a. What's like your. I think it's like in the last page.
Yeah, just.
Fingerprint sensor.
Yeah, partner, we talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't all that obvious. There are even some people who are on the force that we already went over this evidence literally earlier.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say to that shit?
Oh, chewing on the leather. On
Is
the
that what that was? I
jerky.
thought it was jerky. Yeah, I thought it was jerky.
Yeah, it's probably jerky.
Well,
Oh,
you got anime as fuck for a
finish
second.
him.
Everyone shut up. Damn. Explain yourself, witness.
This is a joke. It's the worst joke I ever heard.
No, I don't really do jokes, especially not on trial. It's not really my thing. Now, please tell us what the fuck you were doing in an evidence locker. Ole, please answer the question.
See, this is why I don't do fucking jokes.
That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe I can figure out the rest from here. You can? Have a look at these floor plans. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Meekins didn't see the officer. If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
You bet your sweet ass I have an answer.
Well then, let's hear. I was trying to reference the sweet ass comment, but I couldn't think of anything fast enough. Here? I don't fucking know.
No, he's the victim.
Ah, he's the Vic, right? Okay, no, I obviously I knew that, but like I thought like we don't see him leave the crime scene. I thought that's what it was asking me.
Right? No.
Ossifer Marshall was standing right there.
Ask sir.
Ossifer, That's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. No. That is not Detective Goodman. I believe the victim was actually Ossifer. It was you, dressed up as Detective Goodman.
That's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene.
Edgeworth, sit down.
Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
Sit down.
No.
Can I get an objection just to sit down? Sit your ass down. May I point out though that Ossifer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman? He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
Oh, sorry. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir, and he did not.
Yeah, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
He fucking did not. He pulled a knife on me.
Something about the Ossifer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, what the fuck didn't he just show it? Yeah, that'd be fucking strange to enter evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Ossifer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say about that, Ossifer?
You got quite
I'm
an
doing.
imagination there, partner. You shut the fuck up, Liz. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Okay, so?
You're gonna have to do a lot better than to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as a girl.
It's not a good joke. You probably could have done better. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think of my beard? I look like Santa Claus, don't you think? The officer dressed up as the victim. What do you think about that?
Bro, I don't fucking know. Why do I have to prove everything? How come? What is Edgeworth? How come Edgeworth didn't have to prove anything? What the fuck?
It's some bullshit. I miss mayonnaise, man.
See the fear in your eyes, compadre. Means you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
I happen to like dessert quite a bit.
It's obvious he's the one. What can I do?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
I have plenty of experience with you. What are you talking about?
Not with me, you idiot. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. His name was Von Karma. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
Isn't that what my sensei told me? Mia, the big titties?
Damn, I miss Mia.
Titties. Oh, wait. Sorry, I forgot she was a thing.
Yeah.
Phoenix, if I had a echoey voice, I would do this. Try thinking outside of the box.
I really wanted you to say, Phoenix, stop thinking about my titties.
Stop it.
I should probably stop thinking about her titties and think about Ossifer Marshall and why he's in the disguise.
Scries.
Shut up. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was into the sequence.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been.
Which means he originally did not plan to open that fucking locker.
According to the defense's argument, Ossifer... See, I keep saying Ossifer as a joke, and now I'm unironically saying it. Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as a Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate, Jesus, that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
Ace Attorney, aka niggas don't know how to read. So just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Oh god. Okay. I almost just like tilted my chair like very far back. Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions.
I really don't have any evidence. Is this or nothing? It's Nerf or nothing.
Very well, let's take another gander at the security tape. After all committing the crime, the witness was opening the... What? I had a stroke. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. Oh my god, this fucking music. Okay, let me see if I can think about it before we get there.
Without playing the music?
Because if that music's playing, I won't be able to think at all. So...
It might be a little difficult because it is something in the video.
Okay, but I'm trying to... Let me see if I can run through it without even looking at it, right? It's time. It's big brain time. Put Markiplier on the screen. He obviously...
Okay, well... While you do that, though, I'm gonna run and go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay. If he obviously needed to put something in there. I don't know what the white cloth is, though. So, hold on. What would the white cloth be? Nothing in my evidence. Nothing in my evidence is the white cloth. But he had to stick something in there. Do I have... It's not the glove. Or the other glove, maybe. Because it's a cloth. Maybe it was whatever was in the locker? Open the locker. Meekins comes in. The locker's still open. Yeah, it had to be whatever was in the locker, wasn't it? Okay. Let's try... I don't know, I'll wait for Liz to get back. But it has to be whatever was in the locker. He put the lock...
It is not whatever's in his locker.
What?
I'm kidding.
Huh.
I don't know what you were saying. I thought I did, but I ended up not.
So he comes in, and the locker is still open after he leaves. So he had to take whatever was in the locker and put it in his locker.
Yes. But think about... Think about what he's wearing.
He's wearing this nigga's whack-ass clothes.
Mm-hmm. What color is it?
White.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember fucking... Oh, I get it. I understand. But how do I prove this?
That he... What do you think you have?
Well, he had to put the clothes in the locker.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've played through the whole thing yet already.
Yeah, I played it through once.
Okay. I would play it through again when Officer Meekins gets attacked.
Oops. Fun fact, if you fast forward while on pause, it plays it at normal speed. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take that! For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman, and then entered the evidence. This is why you never wear white, kids. And entered the evidence room, though I don't know what to do, to what end yet.
Yet. It's gonna be weird switching. I changed my posture in my chair, so it's gonna be weird switching through the voices now.
As you can see, I didn't switch my voice to do the thing. However, something unexpected happened. You had to cut a bitch. Officer Meekins panicked, and you had to cut a bitch. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad.
Sorry. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
Nothing but the truth.
Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth.
I guess.
2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have been able to be here now, would we?
Officer Marshall, what the fuck are you talking about?
Alright, I'll get to it. It seems the time has come anyway. Yeah, I don't have to read this.
I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which area wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Woo! Confetti in the courtroom!
So, the supposed victim was really you.
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. Why haven't y'all tested the blood? I have no fucking clue.
It's way too much blood for a small donation. That is not true. There's a lot of blood in a donation. Unless the motherfucker got an artery, that's the only way you can convince me that there's not enough blood. A pint of blood is a lot. I'm just saying. When you say it, you mean...
Do you even have to ask, partner?
The SO9 incident?
2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I had anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When a case is closed, only the case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of the investigation. So who was? Why does he care so much about the case?
That day was my last chance. That's why
So Goodman was in charge of the case.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera.
Oh, and the detective's ID card.
I stole that the morning of the incident.
That really was why. That's not the right voice.
So that really was why Goodman started. So that really was why Goodman started filling out their loss item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
Yes, returned. That's exactly what that means.
The ID card I found was left by Officer Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open the locker yourself.
But he could have because a rubber glove just happened to stuck in the door. But that sounds like bullshit in the Phoenix Wright game, so I'm not sure that's the case. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall.
Which, yes, that is in fact bullshit. Because it very clearly isn't there. I finally get to use this thing for something. It's the most damning piece of evidence here. Do I just go back to that other statement and use that?
No, you're just gonna press all the statements.
Oh, okay. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off?
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. Also, how is a prosecutor in charge of his raise?
Don't think about it too hard.
I guess I just won't think about that too hard.
Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. It's okay. With me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh, you mean this one that I'm literally shaving my beard with?
That's fucking gross and probably really unsanitary, but whatever.
Huh. So you knocked Officer Meekins. Also, you're not allowed to have that in a courtroom?
Yeah.
I was just going with it because, you know, game, but like you're not allowed to have that in a courtroom. So you did your research beforehand.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner.
I mean, at least that one's true.
I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6
You were
hours.
about to say sex tape?
Mm-hmm. Yep. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there.
What was Officer Meekins doing during that time?
Knocked the fuck out. What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is, on the day... But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place.
What, are you blind? The victim shown in the tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
Did he just not see the glove drop? Is that what that is? He wants the glove and he didn't see it drop?
That was literally the only evidence left.
What? Edgeworth? What?
It's still missing, Your Honor.
Detective...
The fucking locker was already empty? Someone else stole the evidence. Or maybe it's in my back pocket.
Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. That's not how the court of law works, but okay.
Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer, and impersonating the officer, and sending yourself to jail? This is no small offense.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself.
Before I'm an officer, I'm a big dick cat.
This will have some serious consequences.
Yeah, like jail.
Like prison. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Yeah, like jail.
Not that salary cuts aren't ever a valid solution.
Phoenix talking real shit right now, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you wanna do him or do you want me?
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. Fucking hell. But the case was solved 2 years ago, was it not? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room in the first place.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes.
What a stupid name.
One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. A literal death penalty.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will ever talk about.
What?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
What the fuck is he talking? Maybe I should present him with what I think is his reason. I have a feeling we wind up here sooner or later. I should whip out my condoms right now. Everyone involved in here in some way in this case. I better take another look at the files.
Do I press him on this, or do I look at my stuff?
You present him with the case file, the SL9 incident files. Oh.
Oh.
Maybe you do need to press him first.
Okay. When you say it, you mean...
Do you
mean?
I still got it, god damn it.
Okay.
The SL9 incident.
2 years have passed since that case was closed. I feel like we've said this already. Yes, it's going to end. We get it.
Maybe I shouldn't press. I wasn't supposed to press it on that particular. Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to press it there.
You'll find out soon. So reason?
Okay.
I can't forget the SL9.
Yeah, I just pressed it on the wrong one.
Okay, yeah.
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much of the cactus juice, partner.
That sounds pretty good. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. And a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Were you related to this man? Is that your pappy?
Neil Marshall.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago, he received some lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? Prosecutor?
What?
He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award that everyone just fucking pumps on the chump.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did.
That's fucking right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
But what is his relation to you?
That's my motherfucking brother. You look like Spike Spiegel with straight hair. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gantz and the deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under him. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence, and that's all we needed. He was, what the fuck does that even say?
He was arraigned? Arraigned?
I've never seen this word in my life.
Hold on. Hold on. Arraigned.
The action of arraigning some. Okay, that's helpful. Thanks, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it when arraignment. Oh, the action of arraignment. Like that didn't help anyone. To call or bring someone before a court to answer a criminal charge, which is why I've never heard that word. It's a very specific word. At least according to the public records.
What do you mean?
Wow, he was I can't. I was trying to fit arraigned in there. It didn't work.
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions?
Have you ever seen Superman? My brother was Latino Superman. Somehow I'm still white, but don't worry about that. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Okay, well, one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day. Sorry, yeah, I know. I was spacing. That was the last day the SL9 case would be reopened.
Not satisfied.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sorry, partner. My bad.
Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happened by chance never ceased to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. Chances don't happen. There's no such thing as coincidence. The universe is a hologram.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which in turns mean only one person could have committed the crime. Lana Del Rey!
Fuck it, I knew she did it.
I see, I know, we'll find out.
No, I don't know anything. I'm trying to figure something out right now.
Oh.
12. Okay, that's a very big time frame because it's between died within half an hour of 4 p.m. Wait, died within a half an hour. Between 4 p.m. and 5:30. Okay, no, that's still. But wait, because if he died between 4 and 5, he said he lifted the thing off of him this morning, though, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so he just never had it. Yeah. Then no, I don't. I got nothing. I'll figure it out later. I was trying to be big brain, but you know what? It's all good.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Del Rey.
Hold on. A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Objection. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But
Obviously,
hold on.
No, there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. It's because of this. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department.
Seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner.
All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only other suspect is Lana Del Rey. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable.
Yep.
If you have a response, make it a single word or less. I don't know what it is with we gotta make it a single word or less. Like we gotta make it a certain amount of words.
No. That counts, right?
Suck my dick. I rest my case.
Seems that the trial has reached its conclusion. There's not really any room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder of the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that Edgeworth has a really huge dick.
Now then, the time for this verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant.
Hold it! Hold it, bitch! I heard you, Phoenix. You said Edgeworth has a big dick. Your Honor, wait!
How did she know I said that? I said that in my
I
mind.
hear everything.
Irma!
The defense has an objection, a scientific one. Right?
What do you mean, Wright? I mean, that's my last name, but stop that. Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? No?
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please, hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends, and I hate children. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. You're not the judge of this courtroom. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Yo, did she just kick Marshall out of here?
Yep.
She's just
She
like,
said
nah, get the fuck out of here. It's my turn.
Now she mentions it. The names of both Sky sisters. Sorry, the names of both Del Rey sisters were in the file.
Irma Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey and Irma Del Rey.
Del Rey.
They really fucked up the little one.
I don't know what she was saying. I mean, the Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But there were no fingerprints.
No, but I figured if I explained it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue.
That's not what that says. Moving on.
Was it not really?
They said examined.
Whatever. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
What did you find?
No. Oh,
I was right the whole time.
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were gonna say. Okay. That's it?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
That is the most logical thing you've said this whole game.
I'm just an attorney and life is a nightmare.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Ah, shit. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident of the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, I can't be more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be killed.
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yeah, fuck. Fuck. Okay. We still don't know what the fuck is up with this, this.
Yeah, we don't know what's up with that. We don't know the ID, the 7777 ID.
There's nothing. The glove. There's the glove. We have the glove. It says SL9 literally on there. Screwdriver. There's actually a few evidence things we just haven't used. I mean, obviously object, but like. This handwriting left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright.
When have I ever grasped anything that wasn't a cock? You've been the fact that this is on the internet forever now. You've been staring very intently at those floor prints. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
You may know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you because I know everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it?
Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Yes, something like that. When drawn, will completely change the meaning of this blood mark. Let's pray the defense isn't fucking wasting time. Sorry, I got another fucking notification from Indeed telling me about a job that I can't use because it's not in my field.
Right.
With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing from the floor pan? The fucking badger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I wish Monty was here because he would have loved to present the badger.
The cryptid.
The cryptid.
What about that piece of plywood?
He's still here? The blue badger, the mascot for the police force. The defender of the truth. The guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Okay, I'll explain myself. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene where the blue badger is not there.
Okay.
So, watch what happens when you put him there. This is where the motherfucker was dancing at the time. Well, what? And that's right, Edge Boy. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint on the spot of the locker.
Whoa.
Every time he does that, it looks like he just came his pants.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So that means, what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces are undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me, I didn't put this shit there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Irma!
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
Oh, sorry. So that must mean that his blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in, and Officer Meekins should be fired. Just a moment. I will not let such a far-fetched balderdash... Sorry, I've never said that word in my life. Far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but you can catch that Pokemon. It's only a possible explanation. On February 21st, that shouldn't have been as funny as it was to me, but it was. In the police department's evidence room. Blood was spilling not once, but twice.
Bum. But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Objection! That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Blah.
I don't care if you don't accept my claim. It's what happened. The murder portrayed in security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Objection? So then, assuming this murder, you, purport really happened.
The only reason I know that word is because it was in an Epic Rap Battles of the History, rap. I'm not sure sort of a scientific authority you purport to be, but I'm a real doctor. Where'd you get your degree?
When did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur? In my pants, clearly.
To summarize the defense claim, that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room. That's correct. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well. Tell us when this first incident occurred. As Mr. Edgeworth said proof must be presented.
Proof that this shit happened on 7/7/7/7/7/7. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
That it? Oh shit. Okay, that was fun.
My attorney's badge. I did it.
Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it, and in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card. Right. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger to the panel in the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50? If the crime took place before that time, then it would be either Miles Edgeworth or the mystery person.
Yep.
Ah!
What if it did you have the nerve, boy?
Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
Sorry, I'm getting so many updates.
No, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either, then.
It's clear from the luminol test that the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away. But the real murderer.
I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean crime must have been taking place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. And that logic only applies to us when it matters.
Exactly.
Let's look at the chart again, then. There's only one other card here remaining, and that's 7777777.
Talk about a lucky number.
What? That doesn't fucking make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with... What is that? 7 sevens? That is 7 sevens. That okay? Wow, what a lucky number. Do not do that with my emoji. Mr. Edgeworth,
Do what I want.
please look into the ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777777777777777.
That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of the ID card. It seems kind of flawed in our system, but you know, at least at the present.
What?
Explain yourself, boy.
The ID number, 7 sevens, belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is so-called executive officer.
Lana Del Rey?
We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But, like, literally,
that's
there's
fucking
so many
stupid.
there's so many executive officers. Like, let's be real. I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright.
Objection! That's fucking stupid.
There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge?
You're all alike, aren't you? with your cover-ups and your forgeries.
Bitch, you literally dressed up as someone else to get evidence. Shut the fuck up.
Also, his brother was a prosecutor. Shut up.
That's how
Like,
the prosecutor's office operates.
objection. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
No, not to you, to her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive.
Miss Del Rey?
Objection. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 77s.
Don't play coy. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
The SL9 incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Dun, dun, dun. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
Fucking no, I heard him the fucking first time. Piece of shit.
Alright. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time,
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Lana Del Rey!
I became a fucking prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law, but obviously, realized that has its fucking limitations, so...
What are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really only present all? Did you really present all the evidence in court? You look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did.
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
I don't fucking have to do anything, Marshall.
Why don't you answer him?
Because I don't fucking have to. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We all fucking did what we had to, and you know damn well we wouldn't have gotten the verdict if I didn't do this. We all know he did it.
What? Lana Del Rey!
Even if it involved forging evidence.
Bum, bum, bum. The white flashing.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
No. No!
Order! A pizza, some sushi. Get everyone to shut the fuck up. The chaos in the courtroom cannot be quelled. The confusion of the trial. What? Oh, okay.
Conclusion of the trial.
Okay,
Be
we can
held
stop
on the
there.
following day.
We can
Yeah.
stop there. We've been going for fucking 3 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is the end of, and then we have day 3 trial. Day 3 trial is gonna be long, and then day 4 trial former, and then trial ladder. I think we could get day 4 done in probably trial ladder number 2. We might be able to get most of day 4 done after day 3 investigation.
Because I was like,
I know that's a lot.
Okay, so what is that, like 2 more streams? I keep saying that. Every time we do this,
Yeah.
I'm like, what is it, 2 more streams?
It'll eventually just be 2 more streams.
Oh my god. Well, we get some more information. I'm not really looking forward to the investigation portion of this, but hopefully, is this the last investigation?
Yeah, the next stream will be last investigation.
Okay, well then I'll
and
be
then
able to
it'll
deal
just
with
be
it.
trial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, we just went over there. Everything. We come back with this next week, unless something happens. Hopefully not. I might stream tomorrow. We'll fucking see. I don't know. You want to plug yourself, Liz?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitch at Lychee Lizard or on Twitter at Lychee_Lizard.
Okay.
I stream occasionally.
She streams often enough to call herself a streamer. It's all good. That's it. Bye.
Bye.